Assalamu alaikum students and good morning to all of you. Hope all of you are doing great. So kids, welcome to the class. As you all know that my name is Nida Sahar and I am your social studies teacher. So kids, as you all know that we had started our fourth chapter, climate. In my previous class, I had discussed the few points of this chapter that include what is weather, what is climate, factors affecting climate, the monsoon. Today I am going to discuss major climatic zones of Pakistan and different instruments used to measure different weather elements. So let's get started. Okay students, let's give a quick review to the topics that we had discussed in our previous lecture. So kids, do you remember what weather is? Weather is the state of the atmosphere describing the degree to which it is hot or cold, wet or dry, calm or stormy, clear or cloudy. The weather changes from day to day, right? So kids, there are different types of weather that you experience on daily basis, which include thunderstorm, rain, sleet, flurries, snow, sunny, mostly sunny, partly cloudy, mostly cloudy, cloudy, hazy. So these are some of the weather types that we experience on daily basis. Okay kids, let's talk about the climate. What is climate? Climate is actually the word we use for the usual weather a place has during a year. For example, in some places it is cold for a long period of time. It is so cold that instead of rain, snow falls from the clouds. While in some places very little rain falls during the year, the land is hard and dry and the temperature is usually hot in the day and cool at night. We say these places have different climates. Climate is actually the average of that weather. Climate is defined as an area's long-term weather patterns. Other useful elements for describing climate include the type and the timing of precipitation, amount of sunshine, average wind speeds and their direction, number of days above freezing, and other weather extremes. So what is the difference between weather and climate? Weather is the state of the air and atmosphere at a particular time and place. It is short term. Weather changes day to day, while climate is the word we use for the usual weather a place has during a year. Climate is long term. Clear? Okay kids, let's watch a video showing a difference between weather and climate.
Take a look outside your window. Is it hot and sunny? Is it cloudy and rainy? Is there snow on the ground? When you look out the window, you're seeing what the weather is like today. Weather is only temporary. For example, a blizzard can turn into a flood after just a few warm spring days. Climate, on the other hand, is more than just a few warm or cool days. Climate describes the typical weather conditions in an entire region for a very long time, 30 years or more. Keeping an eye on changing weather can help us plan ahead. We know that if thunderclouds are forming overhead, it's probably a good idea to stay inside. But it's important to keep an eye on changes in Earth's climate, too. And NASA has observed that Earth is getting warmer. Keeping track of Earth's sea level is one way that we can know how quickly the climate is changing. As Earth's climate warms, ice in Antarctica and Greenland is melting. This causes the level of the oceans to rise. NASA satellites can measure sea level rise from space. They can also track changes in the climate by measuring the clouds. We know that changes in the number, size, or location of clouds could be caused by a change in Earth's climate. NASA satellites are always orbiting Earth, looking down at our oceans and clouds, and they monitor Earth's climate in other ways too. It's important to keep an eye on our planet in all the ways that it's changing. Right now, it's the only one we've got.
So kids, as you all know that there are different factors that affect the climate. I had discussed these factors descriptively in my previous lecture. Do you remember what these factors are? These factors include rainfall, height or altitude, closeness to the sea, and sheltered areas. So kids, today we are going to talk about major climatic zones of Pakistan. Kids, as you all know that Pakistan is located in a temperate climate zone, which is neither too hot nor too cold. It has 4 climatic regions. Pakistan has 4 major climatic zones. Number 1, highlands. Number 2, arid. Number 3, semi-arid. Number 4, coastal. These are the 4 major climatic zones of Pakistan. Let's discuss them one by one. So first I am going to talk about highlands. As their name indicates, highlands are mountainous areas. The northern, northwestern, and western highlands fall in this region. Rainfall is the highest in the northern mountains. Summer in north and northwestern mountains are short, mild, and wet. But in the western mountains, they are warm and dry. They have long, cold, and snowy winters. As you all know that northern areas have a beautiful winter weather. Snow falls in winter and the temperature goes below the freezing point. Right? So this is the first climatic zone of Pakistan, highlands, and highlands are the mountainous areas. The northern, northwestern, and western highlands fall in this region. Now the second major climatic zone of Pakistan, arid. Arid means dry. So what comes in your mind when I talk about the dry climate? Obviously deserts. The areas of southwestern Balochistan and southeastern deserts fall in this region. The climate is dry and hot throughout the year with hot dusty winds and very little rainfall. So arid means dry, and the areas of southwestern Balochistan and southeastern deserts fall in this region. Clear? Now the semi-arid. The areas of upper Indus Plain, lower Indus Plain and Potohar Plateau lie in this region. This region has hot summers, cool winters and they receive monsoon rains. The land in these areas is fertile and the major crops which are grown in Pakistan are grown in these areas. So the areas of upper Indus Plain, lower Indus Plain and Potohar Plateau lie in semi-arid region. Now the fourth major climatic zone in Pakistan is the coastal region. This region includes Karachi, Makran Coast and Indus Delta. The places which are located near the sea are included in this region. The climate in this region is humid and mild due to sea breezes throughout the year. Because they are present near the coast, near the sea, that's why they have humid and mild climate throughout the year, right? Kids, do you remember different instruments to measure different weather elements like temperature, air pressure, wind direction, rainfall and wind speed? Let's discuss them one by one. So here is the first instrument, thermometer. Temperature or heat is measured with a thermometer in degree Celsius. Most thermometers are closed glass tubes containing liquids such as mercury. When air around the tube heats the liquid expands, as you can see in this picture. The liquid expands and moves up the tube. A scale then shows what the actual temperature is. A thermometer measures the air temperature. So here is another instrument, weather vane. Weather vane is used to tell the direction of the wind. Weather vane, also known as wind vane, is an instrument used for showing the direction of the wind. The weather vane points towards the source of the wind. Now the barometer. Barometer is an instrument used to measure air pressure. This is barometer. A barometer is a scientific instrument that is used to measure air pressure in a certain environment. Now this is anemometer. Anemometer is an instrument used to measure the wind speed. An anemometer is an instrument that measures wind speed. So here comes another instrument, rain gauge. Rainfall is measured in millimeters with a rain gauge. The simplest and the most widely used rain gauges simply consist of a cylinder, a funnel and a plastic measuring tube, as you can see in the picture. As rain falls to the ground, it is collected by the funnel and travels to the plastic measuring tube. The amount of rain collected within a day can be read off the measuring tube. Okay kids, now it's your turn. You are going to read the whole chapter thoroughly and you are going to underline the main points, and I am sure after watching this video you would be able to tell. Can you tell the difference between a weather and a climate? How many climatic zones are in Pakistan? What is meant by an arid? Which areas of Pakistan are located in arid zone? Which instruments are used to measure temperature, air pressure, wind direction, rainfall and wind speed? So kids, that is all for the today's lecture. I'm sure everything is well understood. In the next lecture, I'm going to review the chapter and I'm going to discuss book exercises with you. Okay kids, I am going to see you in the next class. Till then, all of you stay home, stay safe and study hard. Take care and Allah Hafiz.